Welcome back to Uncommon Analysis. If you're new to the channel, glad to have you. I know it's been a long time since I've had time to post anything, and I do apologize, but welcome back if you've been here before. If you're new, click the like, subscribe, share. We're glad you're here. Okay, so let's get into it. So, in case you don't know who Graham Platner is, this guy, I guess, would be considered maybe a populist, leftist, so not quite socialist, but definitely in that realm of the left. He is running as of this moment. It is July 7th at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So he is still in the race. He's running. He is the nominee for the Senate for Maine, for the Democratic Party. He's he's had lots of issues and lots of problems that have come up about his past, and anybody paying attention has been saying this guy's a problem. This guy's not really a great candidate. He's had many allegations of some very not great behavior. His own current wife has turned over information about him having affairs with other women while married to her. He's got multiple women in his past that have come forward and said he's been kind of, less than ideal for him, and other issues of anger management, I guess, in that classification of things in his past. He, up until yesterday, the left largely just kind of blew it off. The far left, the radical left, they just kind of said, nah, he's fine. He's our guy. Yeah, he's not great. He's our guy. He got endorsements from all the regular players, Bernie Sanders. There were people that, as these allegations come out, not the big one that came out yesterday, but as different allegations come out, they would come up with excuses like, yeah, I'm not, this stuff is bad light, but he's still our guy, was kind of how every reaction to the ever increasing allegations and past actions came to light. Well, yesterday, Politico published this article. A woman that he dated in the past claimed he sexually assaulted her, like flat out raped her. She provided multiple people who she claimed can corroborate her story, if I could speak today. Emails and other things to show time frame and validation. She spoke to others, an ex-boyfriend that she talked to about it. She offered it up as well. He confirmed it. So now he's denied it, of course. He went quiet for a day, and now he's denied it. He hasn't withdrawn as of this point, but he's pretty much done. The Democrats had hoped to take this seat. And why this all matters, because the Democrats had hoped to take this seat. And the far left, the DSA wing, the Democratic Socialists of America, right, that wing of the party, had hoped to make this one of their examples of like, yeah, you can win being radically left, far, far, far left, way outside what would most people consider the mainstream. So he was one of their guys, even if he may not have been a DSA in name. I don't know if he formally was or not, but he was definitely one of those examples of we don't have to be moderate, we don't have to be mainstream, we need to be more radical. He was definitely one of the people that they were pushing in that realm. Anyway, polling had shown him up or doing well. More recent polling had showed him falling behind, which is interesting in and of itself. Collins doesn't generally poll as well as she performs. In fact, in the last election, I believe she was polling down 5 in the last poll taken for the Senate race, and she wound up winning by 8. Right now, or as of yesterday or 2 days ago, he was already down the polls. She was actually ahead of him. So the dream of taking Maine and taking out Collins is probably done at this point. There's no way this guy survives. The deadline for him to drop out, by the way, which is always interesting, right? The deadline for him to drop out so that the Democrats could put someone else on the ballot is July 13th. And these allegations came out yesterday, July 6th, exactly 1 week from the deadline. So the cynical person in me is going to say this is all planned by the Democrats themselves, knowing this guy was problematic, because he's problematic. He's got a Nazi tattoo on his chest, not just Nazi tattoo, but an Nazi SS tattoo that he claimed he had for 20 years and claimed he didn't know that's what it was, which of course is nonsense. No one has an SS tattoo, and no one along the line points out it's something. Now, I don't know the guy, but like, this is the level of problematic stuff this guy is. He's not just like, okay, little tiny stuff. And this is pretty major stuff. Everything they pretty much accused Trump and his supporters of being, this guy seems to live at some level. Multiple allegations of misogynist behavior against women, Nazi associations of some sort, right? And anger and violent issues in his past. I don't know him, but the idea that the left thought this guy was going to survive a high-profile statewide campaign in a national context is just comical to begin with. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, that's where the state of things are. He hasn't withdrawn yet, but it's all but certain. All these people that were making excuses for him and still giving him endorsements are all rescinding their endorsements, like all the other 9, 10, 11, 12 allegations and things against him that happened up to this point. You know, that wasn't enough, but this is finally where they crossed the line. It's comical to watch. But more comical is a while ago, Trump called this guy out. Trump said this about this guy on national TV, by the way, and it's sitting at the presidential desk while signing a bill. He went on a little bit of a thing about this guy. So let's listen to that, because that's fun.
That's up in Maine. He's a thug. And they're trying to make excuses for him. I mean, he's worse than any human being that's ever run for office, probably. I don't know him. I don't want to say bad, but I just, look, I mean, nobody's ever had a record like that. And you'll have Schumer. He goes crazy over this or that, or Epstein. This guy. Why are they talking about him? He said, well, we don't know, but this guy's got a rap sheet. I've never seen anything like it. He's a thug. I know thugs. I had to deal with thugs. I built a lot of buildings. I dealt with the toughest people on earth. I dealt with worse than thugs. This guy's a thug. He's a low-level thug. And he's running to be a senator, to work with Eric Schmidt. Great, Eric will handle him, I think.
It's not good.
Anyway, as you get it, that's when that happened. The left kind of all went a little nuts against Trump, and they even had Platner come out and make a response to it. Oh, being called a thug by this guy. Oh, that makes me feel great because I'm a great person, and he's a little piece of, he's just orange man bad. So anyway, I guess the moral of this, because there really wasn't one, was A, to just tell you a little bit if you didn't know, and 2, to kind of say, well, leftists, Trump was right. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a great one, and I'm out of here.